I'm starting to think that none of you are taking this game seriously.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Hello, everybody. This is the first ever all-American version of What's in the Box. I've invited guests from all across the country of America, and they're all in different time zones, so it's pretty early in the morning for them. Let's get our first guest on. She has been in Single Parents and Portlandia, and she released one of my favorite albums on Christmas Day last year. It's Lucia Fasano. Hello.
Hello, Frizz. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I've decided to come dressed as Ned Flanders today. I've only just realised. But how many episodes of The Simpsons have you watched during the lockdown?
During the lockdown, actually, none, because I got Disney Plus right before lockdown and marathoned a ton of them, and they're all very bittersweet for me. So it was like I can't handle those real emotions right now.
Yeah, Disney Plus was released in the UK on the day that we were in lockdown. So there's some sort of conspiracy going on there, but we'll look into that later. Our next guest is, I've only seen her perform for 3 minutes when I lived in Utah for a few months back in 2015, but she's one of my favorite comedians. Her Twitter feed is absolutely phenomenal. It is, that's her initials. It's Amerah A. Ames. Hello, Amerah.
Hi, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. What's the lockdown like in Utah?
Same as always, just there's a lot of farmland, a lot of cows, no people. It's all good.
So you're not protecting the cows yet?
They're protecting me, if anything.
Cow Fort. I love it. Our next guest, they are the host of Port Center, which is a lovely little YouTube channel about ports in gaming and stuff like that. They are Ben Paddon.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
I'm not awake. Sorry. I've been up for maybe 7 minutes. It's so early in LA. It's just gone 9 o'clock, and I'm not used to being up this early. So,
Well, if Jack Bauer can do it, I'm sure you can as well.
you know what? You're right. You know what? That has given me the energy I need.
Hurrah! It's a miracle, everyone. Well, we've got all our guests here. We might as well start the game. It's time for round one.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Round one is called What's in the Box. As usual, I've got a little box here. I'm going to pull out an item. You have to guess what I'm going to pull out. You'll all most likely be wrong, but then you have to convince me why your guess was the closest. We'll start with Lucia. Lucia, what do you think I'm going to pull out of the box?
I think you're going to pull out a pair of rubber Wellington boots.
Oh, you've gone for the British stereotype there. I like it. Amerah, what do you think I'm going to pull out of the box?
I think you're gonna pick out a piece of a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, a piece of a jigsaw puzzle. I like that. Very mysterious. And Ben, what do you think I'm going to pull out of my pink and green box?
I think you're going to pull out the entire cast of the hit sitcom MASH.
The actual answer was my first ever pair of glasses from when I was 11. I found them recently. They're very tiny. They barely fit my face anymore. My face has grown since I was a child.
Pity.
See, this is what I was waiting for. I was waiting for you to put on what are very clearly Radar's glasses.
Right, we are going to go to the guests, and they are going to convince me why their guess was the closest. So, Lucia, I believe that you went for a pair of Wellington boots.
Being in sunny Southern California, I can only just imagine what it is like in the harsh, cold, flavorless regions of the United Kingdom, and so I thought that you needed some rubber protection for your feet in there for the rain.
Yes, but why is the pair of glasses closer to Wellington boots than the other guests' guesses?
Because something that you wear that makes you look really cool.
They are really cool. I do like compliments. Flattery will get you somewhere in this game. Amerah, you guessed a jigsaw puzzle piece. Please explain why your guess was the closest.
If you stamp on those things, they'll break into a bunch of pieces. You can shove that into a puzzle anytime.
Nice short. I like that. And finally, Ben, why is my pair of glasses from the age of 11 much like the cast of the sitcom MASH?
Well, very clearly what you're doing there is you're going to be pulling out individual costume items from each member. I've already said that those are very clearly Radar's glasses. Next, you're going to pull out, Hot Lips Houlihan's scrubs and surgical mask. I think you're just going to tease us for a bit before upending the box and obviously tipping out the entire cast of the hit sitcom MASH.
Okay. Round one's very quick, and I have points to give away. Only one person can win 3 points in this round. That's how it works. Lucia, I did like the compliment. That was very nice of you. Amerah, I did like how you were able to make the glasses into a jigsaw itself. But I am giving the points to Ben because I've never seen MASH. But he has convinced me that is the pair of glasses that Radar would. When I edit this together, let's put Radar up on the screen. Okay, and I will judge when I edit this if I end up giving points away from Ben. But Ben, they have the first 3 points of the game. It is time for round 2.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Round 2 involves you picking out items out of your prepared boxes for other contestants to use. In this game, Amerah, your item will be distributed to Lucia. Lucia, your item will be distributed to Ben. And Ben, your item will be distributed to Amerah. So can you please pull out an item from your box? What's your item there?
This is an old bottle of Dublin Dr. Pepper soda, which is a soda that was shut down in 2012, I believe. I collect soda bottles, so this is my prized possession.
Did you say Dublin Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, it's Dublin, Texas, though.
Okay, yes, because we have a Dublin Ireland. I assumed it was dyed green or something, some sort of St. Patrick's Day status there. So, Lucia, that is your item, and the game is called Conspiracy Theory. Ooh. A lot of people have their own conspiracy theories about how this virus started and what it's really covering up. I mentioned one earlier with the whole Disney Plus thing. Lucia, it's your job to explain to me why this green bottle of Dublin Dr. Pepper is involved in any sort of conspiracy. You can make it up as you go along, but what is your conspiracy theory about this bottle of Dublin Dr. Pepper?
The thing about this Dublin Dr. Pepper and why it was recently discontinued and why it was shut down was, as you may have known, there has been, a global international sex ring involving the recently murdered Jeffrey Epstein and, Prince Andrew, most likely the Queen. Sorry, guys. So I believe that, they had this soda company based in Texas because that was, like Jeffrey had, locations and he had compounds in New Mexico. He had compounds in New York, all over the place. So I think it was Dr. Pepper in Dublin, Texas, that was, he was actually working on, Jeffrey Epstein was very into the idea of freezing his body, freezing his genitals to come back. And I believe that this Dr. Pepper, that he was using the bottling plant as a front. And then when Jeffrey Epstein was murdered, they had to shut down the factory. Yes.
Of course. And that would explain why the bottle is empty and why they discontinued it. Very, very good. Our next contestant playing is Ben. So, Lucia, what is the item from your box that Ben will be deducing a conspiracy theory about?
This is a high impact dog bone chew toy that my mom has banned from our dogs using because she thinks it looks like a sex toy.
It does look like a sex toy.
Yeah, it's just like 4 pairs of balls. There you go.
Ben, would you like to distribute your conspiracy theory about this very weird dog toy?
Well, you have walked straight into my specific area of expertise because if there's one thing I know about, it is dog toys that look suspiciously like they might be marital aids. One thing that is common knowledge in these United States about dog toys is dog toys are not held to any kind of safety standard. So you can put whatever you want in a dog toy and they'll just put it on the shelves and it's fine. They don't test these things. So one of the active ingredients in that specific dog toy, unfortunately, was COVID's 17 and 2. And unfortunately, those added together in the manufacturing process to
Hang on,
course,
17, 18, 19. Yeah, the math
that tracks. My other wheelhouse. I have two wheelhouses. I'm constantly traveling back and forth between them. I own multiple wheel properties. It's a hell on my tax returns, but is math. So because those two different numbers of COVID, and this is how unfortunately germ warfare works, is if you have two numbers and you add them together, you get one bigger number, and that, of course, is what has caused the spread of the coronavirus. And unfortunately, someone did take that specific dog toy, the one you are holding now. You may want to wash your hands afterwards. To China, where they're also manufactured, so it's traveled back and forth a few times, and that is unfortunately why I have to stay at home and watch every episode of Futurama
or MASH. Okay, I've written some notes, which I will get back to later. The next contestant, Amerah, your item that you are going to create a conspiracy theory is from Ben's box. Ben, what is the item from the box?
Yes, my item is a Blu-ray copy of the 1998 scene-for-scene remake of Gus Van Sant, starring Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates and directed by Gus Van Sant.
I remember seeing that. I saw that before I watched the original Psycho. Like, it was airing on BBC Choice when that was a channel, and I think I was like 13 at the time. And I thought, I'm into my horror movie. I think I'll give Psycho a watch. And I was like, what? Why is everyone raving about this movie? But yeah, I then found out something stupid like 5 years later that it was a shot-for-shot remake. I'm not a big film guy, but Amerah, what is your conspiracy theory about the Vince Vaughn shot-for-shot remake of Psycho?
Well, the real conspiracy theory is not only did you see this version of Psycho first, it was actually filmed first and created first. I don't know about you, but I've done a little bit of filmmaking. I could tell you right now that it's pretty easy to make stuff in like black and white or whatever, make it look old-timey. I don't know, look it up.
I like that. I really like that. That was short and simple. I do like Lucia. I do love this Dr. Pepper being a real person and how you linked it back to why the bottle was discontinued. That was very clever. Ben, I've spoken with the producers of the show. 17 plus 2 is 19. And I did like you linking it to COVID-19. Right, that is, I'm giving points. Amerah is 3 points, Lucia is 2, and Ben 1. That is the final scores there. It's time for round 3.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Round 3 is called the music round. Regular viewers of What's in the Box know that I love collecting very weird compilation CDs and putting them in the box. Today's CD comes from 1998, and it came free with a paper. This is The Midnight Hour, the 20 sexiest hits of all time. So, this is the 20 sexiest hits of all time. I'm going to go round, I guess, 3 times, and you have to name an artist that you think will be on a compilation called the 20 sexiest hits of all times. I'm looking for artists who are well known for their sex appeal, knowing full well that I'm looking at the track list and they are not sexy. So, we will start with Amerah this round. Amerah, can you name a sexy artist that might be on this compilation of the 20 sexiest hits of all time?
I'm going to go with the Venga Boys, obviously.
Well, the Venga Boys are coming, so that's one of them. What was their other one? Boom, 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 I want you in my room. That was... They are pretty sexy, but sadly... They have been omitted from this compilation album. I do apologize.
It should be pointed out that particular Venga Boys song, Boom, 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 I Want You in My Room, was about a painter and decorator, and it was about, you know.
It's now zoom, 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 zoom. I want you in my room, because that's how you get in contact with people. I might edit that one out. Lucia, it's your go. Can you please name a sexy artist that you think is on this compilation CD?
I think Pablo Picasso.
Oh, you've gone for an actual sexy artist. Sadly, his work is omitted from this. No, there's Pablo Picasso. Sadly, is not on that, but a good guess nonetheless. Ben Paddon, a sexy artist that is on this album.
I'm trying to think of music that got me all horned up prior to 1998, and I know that. I mean, I was 12 at the time, so I know my first single was the theme to the show Mighty Morphin Power Rangers by the artist Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and oddly produced by Simon Cowell. So I'm going to go with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I'm starting to think that none of you are taking this game seriously. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as you know, is not on the album. We've got some guests from the audience. We have David Seddon, who's guessing Barry White. Barry White is not on here, so it's that type of album. You're going to kick yourselves when you finally find out. Right.
No Barry Manilow, no berries of any kind.
No Barrys of any kind. Well, I'm not going to go on Wikipedia and find out if there were any Barrys in these bands. But
yeah, it's just a category called Horny Barry is on Wikipedia.
Horny Barry, yeah. Sadly, that's tomorrow's What's in the Box. We're doing Horny Barry. Right, we'll go around again. Amerah, name a sexy artist, or think of a sexy song that's used like in movies and stuff. A sexy artist that will be on the top 20 sexiest songs of all time.
1998, I was 3. I can't recall.
They aren't all from 98. There are some from the 70s, some from the 60s and stuff like that. It's all music is available here.
All right, real guess out of curiosity. Michael Bolton?
Michael Bolton is not on this, and that is a crime in itself. It's Michael Bolton. He's the king of sexy. Michael Bolton is not on there. Lucia, your go.
Gregorian monks. Anyone? Any old monks?
Are they sexy? I'm having a look. There's no monks, not even the Monkeys, which, you know, that's quite a sexy band.
I'm not
Right.
a believer. Wow.
We've got some more guests from the audience. We've got my mum saying Tom Jones. Tom Jones, not on here. It's terrible. Like, you are going to kick yourselves. Ben, your second guess.
Well, you have said they're not all going to be from 98. They could be from other time periods. So I'm going to say Lou Bega with his 1999 hit Mambo Number 5.
Number 5.
Yes.
Mambo Number 5 is not on here, I'm afraid.
So bad at this.
Oh, right, we'll go around one more time. This might be the first time that a music round has got no points. So, Amerah, one more guess.
Prince,
not on there again. Again, this was a free CD, so you know that might have been too expensive to put on by Prince. But yeah, another crime. Lucia,
Elvis the King Presley.
Elvis is not on here. This is terrible. But there is an artist, right, whose name begins with E-L.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres. That's correct. It was her cover of Mambo Number 5. That's none of that is true. Ben, final guess.
I would legitimately listen to Ellen DeGeneres cover Mambo Number 5. That would be amazing.
Would it be sexy though?
I don't think anything Ellen does is capable of being sexy. And I say that as someone who's a deep admirer of everything Ellen represents, except for sitting next to George W. Bush at a sports event. So I'm thinking about, this was free with a newspaper. I'm thinking about what they can afford to license. I'm thinking again about what is a romantic song to listen to. And I know that there was a song released, and I want to say 95 or 96, by Irish puppet duo Zig and Zag. So I'm going to say Zig and Zag.
Zig and Zag are not on here, but there is.
To their loss.
There are some Irish puppets on here, which I may... Who are the Irish puppets that are on here?
Bewitched?
No, sexy. Come on.
Sexy puppet?
Bewitched?
Boyzone. Of
Oh.
course, the famous sexy Irish puppets, Boyzone. Well,
Never heard.
that is a first for what's in the box. I will reveal the audience got quite a few right. Nicholas Cloward, Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye is on there with "Let's Get It On." That is the stereotypical sexy song, isn't it? However, he also guessed Susan Boyle, which is not on there. Elton John, that was the one that I was trying to give away with the EL. Elton John, Your Song, you know, the famous sexy song, Your Song. There's also the Jackson 5 on here. Famous sexy band, Jackson 5, with I'll Be There.
Not okay.
Was that Just Call My Name and I'll Be There? How old were the Jackson 5 then?
They were 5, in fact. They were 5 years old.
And The Cure, Friday I'm in Love. That famous sexy song, Friday I'm in Love by The Cure. Right, that's going in the bin. It's time for round 4.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Round 4 involves items in your boxes that will be assigned to yourself, so you can pick the item. Can you all grab an item from your box? Starting with Ben, can you show your item and say aloud what it is?
It is a blue shell from Mario Kart.
A shell. Okay. Amerah, what is your item?
It's a ring of eyes.
Eyes. Okay, we've got shell, we've got eyes. And Lucia, what is your item?
Liquid meat stick for cats.
Liquid meat stick for cats. So this game is for Amerah and Ben, right? Amerah, you have eyes, and Ben, you have a shell. I would like you to look around your house to find an item that rhymes with your item, right? So leave the room, take your headphones off, leave the room, and find items that rhyme with your items. Okay. Whilst they're gone, Lucia, it's your chance to steal their points. If you can correctly guess what item they will be bringing back, you get their points instead of them.
Okay, so he had a blue shell.
Ben had a shell. And Amerah had eyes.
Amerah might bring back pies.
Pies, okay.
Chicken pies. Okay.
And for Ben, with their shell.
Shell. Relish. No.
We've got some audience guesses. Bells seems a popular one. I don't know if Ben has a big collection of bells.
A spell? He could bring some
A spell.
letters.
Let's bring them back in. We've got Amerah and we've got Ben. Do you have items that rhyme with the items you were saying earlier? Don't show us them yet.
Yes.
Whilst you were gone, Lucia was guessing what you were going to bring back. If she has guessed correctly, she gets the points instead of you. We also have audience guesses as well. And I think I'm going to say if the audience have guessed correctly, I'm also giving the points to Lucia here. So audience, you are playing on the same team as Lucia. We will start with Ben. Ben, what did you get that rhymed with shell?
Well, I was thinking blue shell because it is a blue shell. And the first thing I saw was the cat's litter box, which I'm not going to bring in here, but I'm going to bring my cat. This is DiGiorno. He's awaiting internet fame. This is his moment. And the litter box is obviously, if you own a cat, you know, that is poo hell. So that was my thought process. So that is, off you go. There goes DiGiorno.
I knew it.
An agent.
You didn't even go with poo smell, which...
No, it's hell.
But then again, you can't.
It's worse.
hell is worse than the smell.
That's...
Which is a shame that you said hell, because Nicholas Cloud would have got the points there.
I deliberately didn't say smell just
I will say
Nicholas.
Nobody in the audience guessed poo hell, and I don't think anyone ever would. If we put 500 monkeys in a room with 500 typewriters, I don't think they would have ever guessed poo hell. So Ben, you get 3 points for that. Amerah, the rhyme that you were finding was for eyes. What did you get?
Well, if we weren't social distancing, I would have brought a bunch of guys that were in the other room, but that's not happening, so I brought some dies.
Some dies. Oh, as in the plural of dice? Because I thought...
It's accurate, and
I thought dice was the plural of die.
no need to nitpick over that. No need to look in the dictionary or anything.
Well, again, let's see. My mum thought ties. Lucia thought you were going to bring some lovely pies. But sadly, that is. I'm giving you 2 points for that because dies is not grammatically correct. And what are we on? What's in the box if not a stickler for grammar? So that is all the points there. So Ben got 3, Amerah got 2. Sadly, Lucia and the audience did not get any points there. But it is time for round 5.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Round 5 is called the Quick Fire Round. This is when I ask my comedian friends to list a specialist subject. Right? And then whatever their specialist subject is, they will list as many examples of it as they can to the tune of We Didn't Start the Fire. That's why it's called the Quick Fire Round. This is episode 8. I think the audience should know this by now. We will start with the person who is in first place, and that is Ben. So,
Oh, no.
Ben Paddon, what is your specialist subject that you are going to be singing as many items to We Didn't Start the Fire?
Red Dwarf.
Here is Ben Paddon listing as many things about Red Dwarf as he can to the tune of We Didn't Start the Fire.
Lister is the slobby one. Rimmer thinks he's number 1. Crichton has the cleaning job and Cat can smell and fly. Holly's face upon a screen, slowly warming salad cream, actual reality. The cat has fancy ties.
So sorry. So sorry.
I mentioned the cat twice.
There is no repetition. You already made a mistake there. And not only that, very interesting technique of every single line only mentioned one character. So that only meant 1 on the tally sheet.
Well,
so you mentioned 5 characters there, so you have 5 points, even though you did sing a full song for about a minute there. But very, very intriguing technique you had there. Next up, in second place at the moment, is Amerah. What is your specialist subject?
The only thing I know anything about is the band Queen, so Queen albums.
So to the tune of We Didn't Start the Fire, here is Amerah Ames singing about Queen albums.
Okay. Queen 1, Queen 2, Sheer Heart Attack, A Night at the Opera, A Day at the Races, News of the World, Jazz, Live Killers if you count that, The Game, Hot Space, The Works, and
that is far too much hesitation there. But you listed quite a few there. You missed out the greatest hits 1, 2, and 3. That's my go-to. But you a very good score indeed. Next up is Lucia. Lucia, what is your specialist subject?
Types of succulent plants.
Types of succulent plants. Here is Lucia Fasano singing Types of Succulent Plants to the tune of We Didn't Start the Fire.
Cactus, moon cactus.
That's a repetition of cactus there, I'm afraid. But very well done nonetheless. That is the end of the game, and it's time to tally up the scores. In third place with an acceptable 8 points, it's not the worst that we've had on What's in the Box, it is Lucia Fasano. Lucia, have you got anything you'd like to plug? Anything that you're doing during the lockdown that you'd like people to know about?
Yes, I have my first and second album for sale online, as well as streaming on Spotify and SoundCloud. I just did the theme song for the podcast Citizen White Cane. That's a film podcast hosted by blind people. So it has, if you like puns about eyesight, check out the theme song and the whole podcast. Yeah, I'll be on the internet posting funny things and musical things.
All links will be in the description below. In second place with 13 points, it is Ben Paddon. So very good. Anything that you'd like to plug, Ben?
Yes, I'm on the social medias at Ben Paddon, Twitter and Instagram, your main ones. I'm the GM for an actual play RPG podcast called The Game of Rassilon. We're playing the Doctor Who role-playing game. It's a lot of fun. I've been running that. We are in our second season right now, which is a lot of fun. What else? Filmjoy, youtube.com/filmjoy. I do Port Center there. My friend Mikey Newman does Movies with Mikey, which is immensely more popular, and I'm not bitter. And go and watch Ralph Breaks the Internet, because I really liked it.
That was Ben Paddon. One more time for Ben Paddon. But the winner with 15 points, it is Amerah A. Ames. Well done, Amerah. You've got your eyes there. Fantastic. Anything that you'd like to plug?
Not a whole lot going on right now. I just moved to a new apartment, so I guess when this is all over, if everyone wants to just like come over, that'd be cool. I'm also like tweeting and stuff.
One more time, our guest today was Lucia Fasano, Ben Paddon, and Amerah A. Ames. We'll see you next time. If you would like to support the show, you certainly can do. We'd like that a lot. Follow us on Twitter at What's in the Box. That's What's in the Box without the vowels. Or paypal.me/frizzle if you'd like to donate anything. That would be absolutely amazing. One more time, thank you so much for playing the game. Everyone in America, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone at home. And can you all now wave at the camera for 23 seconds as the ending credits play?
Watching